What is going on, everybody? Hope everybody's having a start of a really good weekend. A lot to talk about. I know it's been a really rough week for everybody this week, especially me. I didn't take this loss. I didn't flip out. I didn't go crazy, but obviously I was very disappointed in this team, coming into this Cowboys game, and I really want to see where this team was at that time. But we're here to discuss pretty much anything regarding the game next week. Obviously, I'm going to do my preview. I should have done it today, but really, I'm really more worried about us more than I'm worried about the Chiefs at this point. You know what I mean? Like, I'm worried about the Chiefs a lot more. I'm worried about us more than the Chiefs, just because we're going to be home, and this team is not going to succeed in what they're doing unless they got to get the play calling right. They got to get Jalen Hurts has to play better. It was kind of getting ridiculous to the point where there was people making videos on, I don't know, on giving Jalen Hurts an excuse in this game, and I understand like there are people that are going to defend him, but at the same time, it's all right there on tape, and I don't know how people really defend it, so I really don't get it at the time. So I don't get it. I don't till this time. I don't get how people defend his play. I haven't given up on Hurts yet, but he can't play like this. And it's going to be It's going to get really rough between facing the Chiefs. Then you got the Panthers that look pretty good. Let's see how they do against the Cowboys. Tampa Bay Thursday night, and then you got to play the Raiders and the Lions, and it doesn't really get any easier at this point. So much love to everybody that's popped in the stream, and we're gonna get this going. So appreciate everybody coming in today. Injury wise for the Eagles, Rodney McCleod does come back this week, so the back end is more satisfying with Anthony Harris. Now Rodney McCleod. Their Mcleod is going to be out, so Andre Dillard will probably play left tackle. And surprisingly, he didn't actually play that bad. I didn't think Dillard played that bad. Surprisingly, I didn't think he was going to have a great game. I think he had a great game. No, but I think it was a solid, good game. Yeah, sure. This is going to be his chance to, obviously he's not going to be the left tackle for the Eagles, but he could be a good backup for us if, he's getting his playing time now and could prove that he could be reliable on that left side. So it should be interesting what happens there. Depending if they have to make a decision by 4:00 tomorrow about Boston Scott and Jack Driscoll tomorrow. So I don't know if Isaac Seumalo's going to be out. So I guess look for Nate Herbig to play at left guard, and then Dickerson obviously is going to play at right guard as usual. So I don't know what they're doing with Driscoll. They might activate him, just have another lineman already set. So definitely look out for that. So, other than that, the team's pretty healthy as of right now. Obviously some key losses in Brandon Graham, and, this defensive line's got to step up. The defense just has to play better. They're not tackling right. I don't like how they play zone. I just feel like they just don't know how to play zone yet. It seems like they're just letting these receivers go by them, and there's no coverage at like they're trying to communicate, and the communication's just not enough. So it's going to be interesting what happens, but, we'll see. We'll see when the time comes. It is what it is, guys. Like I say, if the Eagles lose the next 3 games, I think at this point, if they do lose the next 3 games, I think they're going to be in trouble. I think we're going to be in big trouble. I know we're looking at other games. We're looking at, the Dolphins to play bad. We're looking at the Dolphins to play bad. We're looking at Carson Wentz probably I think the Colts got Tennessee this week, so definitely look out for that. Sorry, guys. But other than that, that's pretty much it. So appreciate everybody coming in. Just to answer your questions on anything for just to kind of just talk about stuff, really, and kind of go over some things. So, we got Eagles for Life saying I'm not looking forward to this game. It's going to be tough, guys. I think the one thing they have to do during this game, during the Chiefs offensively, is that they have to put guys in motion, because their linebackers for the Chiefs, they go on motion a lot. They get tricked. They have to do a lot of misdirection stuff. They really should. They got to start putting Jalen Hurts under center. They can't do what they did last game. They got to put Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders has to be in the run game, believe it or not, guys. So, it'd be 2 carries for 20-something yards. They have Kenneth Gainwell with 1 carry for 2 yards. It's just not enough. It's not enough at this point. So it really makes me angry thinking about it. It does. So it's kind of crazy. Gavin Stack says, watch the Eagles beat the Chiefs. It's like, I think if the Chiefs make a lot of mistakes like they did, I think they fumbled the ball a couple times against the Chargers, which they got a loss. If they didn't, they probably would have won that game. So, Reaver Town, what's going on, bro? Eagles 5 says, that would be typical. Eagles beat the Chiefs. Philly B-Max says, Joey, what's up, fam? Hope you're staying blessed and healthy. I'm good, man. I'm good, bro. Everything's perfect. Everything's good. Jamal Marsh says, yo, what's going on, bro? Hanami's family says 25. Yeah, so Lesean McCoy, I watched his press conference, his retirement press conference. It was nice. It was nice to hear. I liked actually what he said about, that he should have stayed here. And obviously he didn't want to say what really happened, but, pretty much if you all sum it up, he didn't, obviously didn't want to get traded. I think it really showed the truth. Like, I think when Lesean McCoy came back as a Bill, when he came to the Link for the first time after getting traded, and he kissed the Eagles logo, and he was in a Bills uniform, and he kissed the Eagles logo on the field, and that was really touching. I could tell, like, he was hugging Jeffrey Lurie. It was bad. I mean, it was really bad. Now, I give Howie credit. Before we drafted Miles Sanders, I give Howie credit to try to get him back for a couple years. They tried prying McCoy off of the Bills, but they weren't letting up on it, so we couldn't get him. We tried to. I'm happy with Miles Sanders. You know what I mean? I'm happy with him. And obviously, the coaches need to work him more into this offense, but I'm happy, for LeSean McCoy and just how electrifying player he is and what he's brought to the city of Philadelphia. I've been a big fan of his for years, and, when the ball's in LeSean McCoy's hands, you don't know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? Like, anything could happen. Big play could happen. So, hopefully he comes back, works for the Eagles. Maybe he could do something with us. And I think he definitely has some type. I think he could be a Hall of Famer one day. I think he'll get the call one day down the line. Maybe not now. I think he's got good numbers. Leading rusher for the Eagles. And, that's pretty much it. You know what I mean? Yo, Benny, what's going on, bro? We got Stuart Ellis says, what if Bad Dog Sports was an Eagles fan? I like Bad Dog as a content creator. He's one of my favorite content creators, definitely. It's definitely a guy I watch a lot. He streams all the games. He streams everything, baseball, basketball, you name it. The guy works his tail off. I love Bad Dog. I've had a couple conversations. I was on his show, I think, last year or the year before. I think it was last year I was on his show. I had a really good time with him. So looking to actually do a double podcast collaboration with Entertainer and Bad Dog come the Giants game after Thanksgiving, so that should be a lot of fun. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. Love those guys and the work that they put in. They're great content creators, even for a rival team. So love those guys. The great Tate says, so Lurie is the coach. Yeah, I hope not. If you guys remember last year with Howie Roseman, there was rumors going around that the Eagles, so what happened was every time Doug played a game, win or lost, he would meet up with the front office and Howie Roseman. Pretty much, Howie Roseman would tell Doug, like, he's not passing or running the ball enough. I don't know if that's true. There was rumors about that last year, and I really hope that, because we came out of a game where we looked balanced, but there was just no production that 49ers game, and then we ran a lot during the Falcons game. So I don't know if there's any control over that point of what they did. I'm not really sure. But we're just going to have to wait and see. We'll never find out that answer, but it is what it is. We have Gavin Stack says the Chiefs' run defense is bad. The Eagles will use Sanders more, and our defense can hold the Chiefs' offense. We might have a chance, but who knows? I don't know either. I mean, they have to run him up the middle. If they ran Miles Sanders last game against the Cowboys, they only ran him like once up the middle. I mean, they really didn't do much until pretty much the Cowboys were in a 20-point lead, and they pretty much put in Corey Clement. They're putting in other players. I mean, at this point, we started running the ball. We put Boston Scott in the game. We started doing some different things at the end of the Cowboys game, but obviously they were putting in backup. So it really didn't help our case at the end of the game, but I was very disappointed in how they I don't know. I was very disappointed. I was just disappointed as an Eagles fan, period. I mean, guys, we were disappointed and embarrassed just a little bit. I mean, I'm kind of tired of Nick Sirianni a little bit. I'm getting tired of his, him wearing these T-shirts every week now. I'm getting tired of, all the talk. I need to see the play before I see anything else. That's what I need to see from Nick Sirianni at this point. So it's kind of been crazy. Philly Bang said, I was happy to see Shady retires an Eagle. I was happy too, bro. Trust me. Reaver Town says Philly Shakes 500. So, yeah, we got the Philly Shakedown tomorrow on my channel tomorrow night, so definitely look out for that. Benny Boom says, our team doesn't have any identity. No, it does not. I don't know what this team is. It's a run-first team. It was supposed to be a run-first team, but it hasn't really turned into that whatsoever. Kind of crazy. Nate Banks says, what up, Joey? I got confidence in Jalen. I think he'll be fine. Really getting sick and tired of Zach Ertz playing more than Goddard. I knew it was going to happen, and it's bull. I guess, we kind of knew it was going to happen. I didn't want it to happen, but I kind of knew it was going to happen when Zach Ertz didn't get traded, that he would get more playing time. And this is Dallas Goedert on a contract year. Does he deserve a contract? I think he's done well. I think he's going to be a good tight end. I want to see him as a number one tight end, but we haven't seen that yet. And it's been very unfortunate, you know what I mean? Hold on one second. I'm already losing my place. Got Oliver Ross says we should be losing games because we should be in rebuild mode, and along with we have a rookie head coach and a rookie QB, so there will be mistakes. And I don't want to win this season because what's the point? Look, we can say that it's a rebuilding year or retooling year, whatever it is this year, guys. I'm excited. I'm still excited of what this team is going to bring this year until they find their identity, but it's tough to see a team play like this. They're playing like there is a rookie head coach. They're playing like you have a rookie quarterback still, guys. That's what nobody really talks about. It's a rookie quarterback, guys. Like, the guy hasn't even played half a season yet. You know what I mean? 7 games. That's it. He hasn't played a half a season yet, at least close to it. So it's not enough time. That sample size he got last year with Jalen Hurts was not enough time. So now you have more of a chance to, see more and see what you have. This is a building block year for the Eagles, because Eagles potentially could have 2 firsts, 2 seconds, 3 first rounders. Whatever it's going to be in 2022 is really going to show where this team is going. And obviously Howie Roseman has not got his extension yet, so that's another move that I'm kind of looking for. I want Howie Roseman to not be here. I'm kind of done. I want him gone last year, but did Howie make some good moves? Yes. Did he have a good draft? Pretty good draft if they actually use these players the right way. Yeah, I think these last 2 drafts are looking pretty good right now. But the production has got to be there from the coaches. We heard from Nick Sirianni about putting players in the right position to win football games. We heard Nick Sirianni say, we're going to use players to their strengths, but I haven't seen any of that. I don't know where that is. I don't know. I don't know if I've even been watching the Eagles, really, because I've been watching a totally different team. Even when against the Falcons, and the Falcons were bad, you know what I mean? I figured, we were going to go up a little bit. We're going to play a little bit better, but I knew this team was going to stay tough and competitive. Do I think they've been competitive? No. Do they act competitive? Yes, but do they show it on the field? No, that's a totally different story as of right now. So, it's hard. It's tough right now. It's not easy to go through this right now. Chris Debo says, I expect 50 run plays, 2 pass plays. So now it's now we're going to know they're going to run more than pass. I really hope not. They need a balance. They need a big balance in this game. Emmanuel Gonger says, we knew coming into the season it was going to be up and down, so here we go. And yeah, I didn't think they were going to have a perfect season. I said 7 to 9 wins at least. That's what I said, and 10 plus if they really surprised me. But that's only if they really surprised me, but it's kind of crazy. We got Nettie Banks 03 says, the only reason the offensive line is scary is because we can't trust anyone health-wise besides Kelsey. It's absurd. It is true, but I think when you look at it, Mulata even taking care of Nick Bosa against the 49ers, I thought he did a really good job. I think that money is put where it's supposed to be for him. Herbig hasn't played much. Last year he played well, but what chance sorry, guys. What chance has Nate Herbig had this year? Brandon Brooks, I'm totally done with, guys. I'm totally done with Brandon Brooks. I've never been so done with a player in my life. Brandon Brooks is a total waste. I'm done. Two Achilles injuries in 2 seasons. Then not even 2 days of training camp, he had a hamstring injury. Not even the week into the practice versus the Falcons, he had a knee injury. And now he has a pectoral. It just doesn't stop with Brandon Brooks. It doesn't. I'm looking for a trade for him next year. I don't care what compensation we get at this point, but I'm done with Brandon Brooks. They got to draft a guard next year, 100%. They got at least by the 3rd round, they got to draft a guard, something at this point. If Nate Herbig, if Samalo's healthy and they want to keep him next year, great, keep him at left guard, but you got to put in Herbig at right guard next year and make him the full-time starter. That's what you got to do. I don't know what Herbig's contract looks like as of right now, but should be really interesting when the time comes. You know what I mean? Lane Johnson's getting up there in age. So, guys, we're getting old. Driscoll should be taking I thought when Driscoll was a rookie, I thought he played really well, and then he got taken out, and Lane Johnson came back. But I think the times he went in, he played really well. But he's lost a lot of playing time now. So, I mean, with Lane Johnson being healthy. So now you got to figure out, even Lane Johnson's getting up there in age. I mean, thank God he's healthy for right now, and he's not dealing with the ankle injuries he's had the past couple seasons already. So, should be interesting. Money and Multiply says, hi, Joey. You got to be the one of my favorite Eagles talk shows online. Keep it up, do your thing. Hey, I wouldn't call it a talk show, but hey, I appreciate the compliment. I mean, I'm just a fan. That's it. I'm not trying to be the best on YouTube. I'm not trying to be anything special. All I want to do is just talk to Eagles fans, and you guys made this a part-time job for me, so it's because of you guys. This channel is successful in the way it is, and that's it. You know what I mean? That's all I got to say about it. You know what I mean? Appreciate it, Money. Appreciate it, bro. Oliver Rasa, also, this is Hurts' fifth coach in 5 years. He's learning another new system, so he is going to make dumb mistakes while he is still adjusting in the NFL. QBs get better yearly, not weekly, and that's true. That's definitely true. He's had a lot of coaches, and he's still a rookie. He's still a rookie right now. You know what I mean? So it's hard for me to say, oh, he's got to be at this. This is why, I have low expectations right now. I've had low expectations, so I'm excited about the season, but I had low expectations. I'm not going to go crazy. This is why I haven't really flipped out over a game. Even last game, I didn't really flip out over it. Was I mad? Was I pissed? Yeah, of course, but I didn't flip out over it because I know that there's no expectations for this team this year. It's good to see good things happen, but if bad things do happen, it's for a reason. And Jalen Hurts is still a rookie. You have a rookie head coach that has made a lot of promises before this season started and hasn't really executed those promises for the Philadelphia Eagles and the fans. So that's what you got to look at with that as well. You know what I mean? Canola eating gabagool friend. Our linebackers can't stop Kelsey. Singleton is okay. No, I think our linebackers aren't playing well at all. They can't tackle. I don't know. I don't think they're good right now. Singleton, yeah, he was struggling with coverage against the Cowboys. Eric Wilson, yeah, he's had an up and down year so far. I mean, really, other than that, you have Davion Taylor that's coming back from injury since his calf strain. So Davion Taylor is probably going to get snaps most likely. That's why we kept 7 linebackers, guys. We kept 7 linebackers because they need to find out the strength in these linebackers. They need to find out who's going to be on this roster next year. That's why they kept a lot of guys. This is why they only kept 3 running backs, and they literally kept 7 linebackers because they need to find out throughout the year. Maybe camp just wasn't enough time with only 3 preseason games, so they had to do a little bit more on top of it. You know what I mean? So we'll see. LeBron, what's going on, man? He says, Chiefs defense terrible. We stay solid, run them pass, 9% RPO all game, and watch Holmes over the top, and we good. Yeah, it sounds simple, but it's not going to be easy. We need to have a pass rush in this game. Javon Hargrave has been the best defensive lineman on our team so far, but not even just that. I mean, I looked at the snap percentage count from some of these players. Derek Barnett had more snaps than Josh Sweat. I don't know why. I have no idea. Obviously, Nick Sirianni has talked to Derek Barnett of his stupid penalties. And on top of everything else, you just paid Josh Sweat, and he's getting less percentage snaps than Derek Barnett. I just don't get it. I don't. I really don't at this point. We have Connor Murphy. What's going on, man? I hope you're having a good day today. We have Toy Holmes says, feed Sanders the ball. They got to feed him over 20 times in this game or more. They have to. I mean, there's no tread on the tires. I mean, there's a lot of tread on the tires. Sorry, I said that wrong. You got to give him the ball. You have to. And I think the more you give him the ball, then you could take some pressure off Jalen Hurts this way. You could pass the ball because even last game, why are you doing play action? And the Cowboys are totally disrespecting your offense because they know you're not running the ball, so why even do play action faking the run? They know you're not running the ball, so they know that they don't have to look for anything. They could blitz, they could do a big pass rush. They don't care. You know what I mean? So there's a lot to really look at here and say to yourself, you have to be smart and give what really made me angry about that game, and I'm sorry I'm talking about it so much, but your head coach and Nick Sirianni, okay, just didn't. he just didn't help his quarterback. His quarterback was struggling. I didn't see Nick Sirianni take Jalen Hurts to the side and say, hey, we have to do this, A, B, C, and D. Okay, we didn't do that. I mean, literally, like, you're on the 1 yard line. You're on the 1 yard line facing 100 yards of field, 99 yards of field, and you pass the ball 3 times from the 1 yard line. It's ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like, you don't help your look, but Jalen Hurts has his flaws, guys. Like, he has his flaws, but you got to help him out. I mean, you can't keep him sitting there like that. You just can't. You know what I mean? So, Commissar, Lesean McCoy should have never left. To me, he was the best running back we ever had. Chip Kelly is the worst head coach we ever had, in my opinion. And you know what? If we kept Lesean McCoy, I would have been totally fine with it. But then if we drafted Miles Sanders, but I would think that. And this is because it's Howie Roseman. If we kept LeSean McCoy, they wouldn't have drafted a running back. If they drafted Miles Sanders and had him line up with McCoy and learn from him, I thought it would have been fantastic. But obviously, it didn't happen. Now, Howie Roseman tried. Okay, he tried to at least pry him off that roster. It didn't really happen. So. Money and Multiply says, hopefully we can get Andy to overthink and one of his classic Andy Reid playing down the opponent games. We'll see what happens. Philly the podcast. What's going on, Joe? Hope you're having a good day. If you guys haven't subscribed to Philly the podcast, go to his channel. He covers the Eagles every day. Go check his content out. It is perfect. It is fantastic. It is entertaining. And he interviews a lot of individuals from the Eagles organization, and does a lot of things. So definitely go to his channel, check him out. Much love to Joe Castro, one of my good friends on here. I drip 222. Wish McCoy played one more game with us before retiring. I know. I wish he stayed another few years. You know what I mean? Cannoli eating gabagool friends. What up, Joe? Comment source. I'm guessing they are retiring McCoy's number. Well, yeah, no one's even more 25. So that's definite. LeBron said McCoy was a great running back for us. Chip messed up our team. I agree. You know what I mean? But I don't know if the Eagles would have won a Super Bowl if Chip didn't mess up our team. Like, there's weird things. It's just so weird. Like, who would have thought 2 years later the Eagles would win a Super Bowl? Like, if you said in 2015 after Chip Kelly got fired, the Eagles are going to win a Super Bowl in a couple of years, like, you'd call me crazy. I think we'd call each other crazy. I think we'd be really mad at each other. I think I'd lose subscribers, too, if I even said that. You know what I mean? So, but obviously, I didn't think we were going to. I mean, after that happened, I think we were happy when he got fired, but we didn't think we were going to win a Super Bowl 2 years later. I mean, that's definite. So, Tay Holmes says, why Sanders can't get Derrick Henry type of touches in the game? I don't know. It's Nick Sirianni likes to make an excuse that it's just how the game went. It's just how the game went. I can't stand that. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean that's just how the game went? You make the substitutions. You call the plays. You know when you're running the football and who you want in there. But you didn't do that. You ran 4 times. Or 3 times the whole game. 3. I always say 4. I don't know why I'm saying 4. You ran 2 times with Miles Sanders for, 27, 23 yards, whatever it was. And Kenneth Gainwell had 1 yard. That's it. That's all I had. You know what I mean? Crazy, right? Billy B-Max says a couple hiccups. Jalen will be fine. Still got faith in her. I haven't given up on Jalen Hurts, but that game was atrocious. He missed a lot. Like I said earlier in the stream, like there are people that have said about they're kind of defending him on his passes, and I don't know if they're even watching the game at this point. I mean, it kind of every time I see it and I hear it, I'm just like, look, Jalen Hurts, was he like horrible? No, but did he? I can't even say he was horrible. He was horrible. I can't even defend it. He was bad. He was bad. He underthrew, overthrew, missing guy. He was too hesitant. He's a run first quarterback. That's what he's acting like. You know what I mean? It's just unfortunate as of right now. You know, so it stinks. It does. We got a super chat from Sal. Sal, what's going on, man? He says, finally back after the humiliation of Monday's games. We only have to look forward to from point on. Sorry if it don't make sense. Kind of drunk. You're good. You're good. I understand. Okay. I understand. I was really, you watched my face during that stream I did on Monday night, and I was just embarrassed. I'm embarrassed sitting there streaming the game, and these guys aren't putting up any fight. that's how bad it was. We got out-coached. We got outnumbered. Penalties. It's just trying to make some play happen. Okay, once we were down only we were down 2 scores. We could have had a score. You know what I mean? We have to rely on these lucky deep plays. One to Quez Watkins where it was underthrown. He had to come back for it on the 50, and then we score with Zach Ertz wide open. Like, there's things like that just, it's like we have to breathe so hard and bite our fingernails for just a few yards. They don't even look like a normal offense. Like, something's wrong. Okay, something's wrong. It's play calling. It's how you're using your players. Like, what happened to all the promises that we were promised? Like, you're facing the Chiefs. Like, their defense ain't that great, but you gotta play. To be honest with you, the 1 year where we actually had two capable cornerbacks, the 1 year we have two capable cornerbacks, and they're actually not playing that bad. You know what I mean? Like, both corners are really not playing that bad. And then all of a sudden, we've had a good pass rush for a long time, for years. We've always had a good pass rush. The pass rush now we don't have a pass rush. So is Gannon telling the defensive line to read and react? Because if that's the case, that's why we're not getting a pass rush. Are you in a wide 9 scheme, or are you in a 4-3 scheme, but you're telling your guys to read and react? Like, I feel like he's like telling them the wrong thing to do. Like, are they engaging but reacting more than just going through their gap? That's the issue I have right now. Because that's a problem. Kerrigan has done nothing. Not a QB pressure, not a sack, not a tackle. Absolutely nothing at all. Josh Sweat needs to play more. Josh Sweat needs to stay in they need to do something with Josh Sweat to where he stays in a little bit longer, because the rotation for him, it's horrible. It's not worth the money that they gave him for the rotation that he's in. Brandon Graham's already gone. Derek Barnett had some pressure during the Cowboys, but that's the most I've seen out of him the whole entire year so far, the past few games. You know what I mean? Fletcher Cox is taking on some double teams. Obviously, Javon Hargrave has some success because of that, but at the same time, I've seen Javon Hargrave take one-on-ones very easily. He's been our best defensive player. Thank God. A guy that's got a big contract, 4 years, $39 million. Thank God he's actually producing. Thank God. Thank the Lord, Jesus Christ himself, that he's doing something. So, it's crazy. But Sal, thank you for the super chat, bro. Sorry, I like to rant a little bit. You know what I mean? I haven't streamed I haven't streamed since Monday, so it's been a while here. Harmony Stone said Jalen still played better than Wentz would have Monday. Oh, of course. I think Jalen Hurts would have played better regardless of Carson Wentz if he started for us. They wouldn't have mattered. Look, you think that Carson Wentz would have survived the first game against the Falcons? They were running corner blitzes with A.J. Terrell. There's no way that he's going to escape a corner blitz. It's not happening. It's the same move. Carson Wentz is about to get sacked. He puts his head down. He does the same move every single time. He's a statue back there. I'm not going to get into it, but you know what I mean. I think you guys know what I mean. Andre Moses says Quez needs more receptions and snaps. And here's another question that I actually might make a video on. Like, Quez Watkins is actually ranked pretty good in the NFL right now. It's not that bad. But does Quez Watkins, does he show a lot more than we know he can? Like, I think he has a lot more. I think he can actually be a number 2 receiver for the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm not even kidding you. It was already enough Devontae Smith was open a million times during this game. Devontae Smith, you look at the tape and you look, if you're subscribed to the NFL coaching app where you could actually look at the plays from above, like far above, you could see that Devontae Smith was open probably more than 9 times in this game. Wide open, no one around him on some plays. But he was open. It's crazy. Quez Watkins is very intriguing because he's got the speed. You saw him come back for that catch. He can get separation. You saw it in the 49ers game, the separation. You see the speed, like the little dump-off passes he had against the Falcons. And then you saw in this game, like a long, pass to the 50-yard line. He comes back and grabs it. I like Quez Watkins. Quez Watkins is looking really good, but they're not using any of these receivers the right way. And it could be route combinations. It could be a total of a million things of why it's not working out. Route combinations or whatnot. I don't know what the case is as of right now, but it's not looking good. It's not. And I don't blame it on the receivers too much. Like, Hurts got to make that pass. He couldn't even pass a 3-yard slant pass. I think, like, Jalen Hurts, he throws to guys, right? And it seems like he only gets his reception. It seems like Jalen Hurts can throw the ball well when they're wide open with nobody around. If a tight end has nobody on him and he's wide open, he can make that pass. And then there's other times where he can't do that. There are times where he can throw in the short windows, and there are a lot of times where he can't. So it's like he's very inconsistent right now. Very inconsistent. You throw to Dallas Goedert wide open, and then you try to pass to him, which all that green up the field, a right side pass to get Dallas Goedert, he's going to the outside, and you miss him, you overthrow him. Zach Ertz is already upfield, and you could have a touchdown right there. All that green grass, and you couldn't do it. So it's inconsistent. And that's just what it is. You know what I mean? Ohami says, will Sean McCoy get his number retired? Yes, he will. He definitely will. I drip 222, so I haven't lost hope. But Jesus, he looked worse than Wentz, hoping Hurts improves. I mean, I don't think he looked worse because he's got mobility. I think he looks better just because he has mobility and he can move. But play design, horrible. Quarterback play, horrible. I don't know what Shane Steichen is doing with this offense. You know, Shane Steichen was brought here for the running back, quarterback. I mean, you had the passing game coordinator from the Colts. I mean, I don't get how you look this bad and unorganized and just, what is it? What am I watching? What is this? It's crazy. Paul says Watkins and Ward are the Eagles' best receivers. D. Smith and Rager have disappointed. It's really like, I think they've disappointed, but Rager's made some mistakes. Okay, he stepped out of bounds in the 49ers game. Like, I don't think Rager's a bad player, but they need to. It's more on the quarterback and the play sequence. Like, you can have the best receivers out there. You can have the best receivers. Like, I love when fans tell me, like, oh, we have to get this receiver. We should. If you got the best receiver out there, you can't. I mean, if you have no offense, you can't build around, your play calling to cater to these receivers that could do a lot for you right now. And it doesn't happen. There's a reason why it doesn't happen. You know what I mean? There's a reason why it does not happen whatsoever. So, I think Ward's great. I think he's reliable. I just don't think they've used him enough. They barely had him in games. Devontae Smith, I don't think is a bust. I think they've had him on some horrible route combinations. I'm watching other games with these receivers. I'm watching random games. These receivers are doing different things on the line of scrimmage. When they start running, they do a little fake. They do something like, I feel like they're just like lining up the receivers and they're just telling them to run some route, and that's it. And they're making it look so obvious. Like, I just don't see enough. And it's not that Devontae Smith. I don't think Devontae Smith is disappointing. I don't think he's had the chances. And that's defending Jalen Hurts, because you know what? I can go back to the 49ers game. Jalen Hurts underthrew on top of it. I think he would have had the timing right if it was time to throw his time properly. And Devontae Smith going towards the end zone on the first pass, okay, and he underthrew it. I mean, at the wrong time, the timing was just bad. I wouldn't say he underthrew it, but the timing was just bad. It was off because he didn't have separation anymore. And then you throw to Devontae Smith up the sideline on the right side, underthrew it, threw it right to the corner, and people are like, Devontae Smith has to catch that. I'm like, catch what? He just did the same pass to Devontae Smith in that game. He did the same pass to Jalen Reagor in the Cowboys game for the first pick. He threw it right to the cornerback. He threw it right for the cornerback. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter. Like, you have to throw it to your receivers in stride. You can't have your receivers come back for the ball every time. I mean, you just can't. You know what I mean? Like, do I think Devontae Smith needs to be a little bit more aggressive on catching the football? Definitely. I think he has to go get the football and stop waiting for it to come to him. I think that's definitely something they have to do. That's something different that he's kind of got to stop doing. But it's nothing that he can't learn. It's nothing that he's never going to learn. You know what I mean? But I just think there's more that they have to do. I mean, that's just it. So we have 96 people in the chat. Appreciate everybody here. If you guys haven't subscribe to the channel. We cover the Eagles every single day. If you guys haven't liked the stream, we do. We do live streams. We cover the games and we stream the games. We do everything. So much love to everybody that's come in, subscribe, like the stream if you guys have it. And yeah, we're just talking about obviously just everything, just what's happened so far. It's been a very disappointing week for the Philadelphia Eagles fans. All of us. It's been very disappointing. We need this team to play better. So. Easy Money says stop. That's not true, huh? Guys were open nearly every play. Hurts doesn't sleep in the pocket. He has a noodle arm. I got to agree with Easy Money on it. I don't think he's. I think he's got. Jalen Hurts has he has accuracy issues. He's got deep ball issues. He's got arm strength issues. Like, that's just what it is. And those were the rumors coming in. I mean, you saw it the first preseason game. He overthrew Quez Watkins on that pass down the sideline. He did it. He showed it. He showed it right to us that first game, and we said, okay, let's just relax. And I never said that he was going to, Jalen Hurts wasn't going to be perfect this year. He's going to make mistakes this year. But he's overthrowing and underthrowing way too much. And he's just doing it too much. And then people are going to say, well, it's the offensive line. But I thought in a good portion of the game he had good protection. I'm not going to lie. He actually had good protection, good portion of the game. They were picking up the blitz as well. And then this team just fell apart once they start getting injured and everything. It is what it is. Eagles Spot says, do you know who Cool Cat is? I definitely do. He puts up a lot of videos on the Eagles. I've definitely seen his work. Comment says, I hope they retire Deshaun Jackson's number eventually as well, because it bothers me that other players are wearing 10. To me, Deshaun is the second best receiver. Yeah, I wouldn't even worry about it, because, once it comes that time where Deshaun's to say, hey, look, I'm looking to retire probably next year, maybe at the end of the year, be like, I want to make sure that number's not taken. I want to, so we'll see what happens. Henry says, I don't see a fight with this team, Joey Shakes. I just don't see, as Eagles fans, this team will let us down every game Sunday. No, I don't see a grit to this team. When they allowed that Cowboys player to come to our sideline and he was talking all this crap and he said, no, and they did nothing. If this was back in, hey, at least I'd give Chip Kelly credit, because when this team was ready to fight somebody, they fought somebody. They'd be like, they didn't care. And Chip Kelly had that attitude as well. Okay, even, That's just even the Andy Reid era. There was plenty of fights, plenty of arguments. I mean, this team didn't take no crap off of nobody. And you allow this Cowboy player to come to your sideline, talk all this crap, and you don't even do anything. You sit there and just let him walk away. I mean, not only he pushes your player, he knocks down the water boy, and then on top of all that, you don't do anything. It really makes me mad. It does. There's no grit. There's no culture. I thought this culture was created, and there's no culture. Where is it? Why aren't you protecting your players? What's going on? Why isn't anyone protecting anybody else or going up and where's the dog mentality we've been promised? It's unfortunate, Easy Money says, hadn't produced anything close to starting NFL caliber QB. Wentz was a top 2 MVP finalist in his second year. Hurts is stinging up the joint in his second year. I mean, it's not his second year. He's still playing a first year. He hasn't played a half a season yet. So look, I agree with you on the other thing, but this is way too much. Hurts has only played 7 games. He's only played 7 games. That's the problem. He's still a rookie right now. This is his rookie year right now still. You understand that, right? This is still his rookie year. He's only played 7 games. I mean, that's just what it is. Comment says Driscoll had problems when you look at film from last year and got injured a lot last year. He's solid backup but not a starter. I mean, we'll see due time. I think he just needs an off season. I think we'll see. I say draft another lineman in the 3rd round. You got to go heavy on defense this year, but draft another lineman in the 3rd round. I mean, look, guys, the whole draft might change. We might not even draft a corner in the 1st round. I mean, I don't know. This team will have cap space. They could go after Rager might not be. Maybe Rager doesn't pan out. I need to see what these receivers do the rest of the year, because I know Devontae Smith is going to be a beast when used correctly in these play sequences. I know that Quez Watkins can be a good number 2, and obviously Rager is going to be a guy that I have to watch a little bit more. I know they all have talent, but Rager, he's made a lot of mistakes. They've all made mistakes. It could be mistakes because of quarterback play. It could be a mistake because of just route running in general. I don't know. I mean, it's not a bad team. I'm not saying there's no talent. There's a lot of talent. We're just not using it. We're not using it where it should be used. You know what I mean? So, Cannoli eating gabagool friend says, do you think the Eagles should have drafted Asante Samuel Jr. over Dickerson? Yeah, of course. Of course. I mean, you watched that stream I did with 500. Yes, I was looking for a JOK from Notre Dame. I was looking for that I was looking for that undersized linebacker that played like he was 235 pounds. I was looking for Asante Samuel Jr. Look what he's doing now. He's balling out right now. He's looking very promising for the Chargers right now. And you drafted a guy on analytics. I'm not bashing Landon Dickerson. I'm not bashing him whatsoever, okay? I'm not bashing Landon Dickerson at all, but it was just an analytical pick. It was analytical because this guy, you don't want to draft DK Metcalf because he had like neck issues or back, whatever issues with his neck or whatnot. But you'll go draft a guy that had 2 ankle injuries, 2 knee injuries, 2 season-ending injuries, and that's fine. You know what I mean? Like, oh, he was supposed to be a late first-round pick. That's totally fine. Dickerson hasn't played that much. He played 1 full game, and obviously he's played 2.5 games pretty much. He played a half of the 49ers. Yeah, he's played a half of the 49ers, and he played the full game against the Cowboys. He's only played a game and a half in the NFL, and that's it. And this is like, once he becomes a starter next year, he has a whole offseason. He'll be a lot better. He'll be better physically. He'll feel more better, and he'll know what his role is because, honestly, he's just coming in right now. So it's kind of crazy. We have it's not showing up on it's not showing up on StreamYard, but Spunky1991, one of my good friends on here, has been a proud member of the Shake Squad Elite, the highest tier of the memberships, for 15 months. So much love to you, bro. We're going to be doing some videos sooner or later, but I know we're both busy. One of my good friends, Spunky991, great guy. He says that loss to the Cowboys confirmed to me that the Falcons were so bad they made us look better than we really were. We have talent, but this is a rebuilding team. 100% I agree. Rebuilding team, we have a lot of talent, but it's a work in progress. 2021 is the year for the Eagles. 2021 is the year for the Eagles that they have to. This is finding your building block pieces in 2021. That's what it's all about. Okay? Because without that, you know what I mean? You can't look like, I want to see this team win so badly this way. I want to end the season on a good note this year and say, okay, well, this team's going in the right direction, and I feel really good about it. Because I know if we don't make the playoffs, we're going to be sad. I know when we make the playoffs, we don't make the playoffs, we're going to be angry. But at the end of the day, we just got to take it where it comes, especially when it comes to the rebuilding stage of this team. And honestly, guys, coaches might get fired. Who knows? Nick Sirianni could get fired after this year. I don't know. If Nick plays like that the rest of the year and they don't win another game, I don't even know. I don't know. It doesn't surprise me. Anything in this league, it does not surprise me at all. You know what I mean? iDrip says still got to give Hurts time to improve. I agree with that. He's still a rookie. He's still a rookie right now. You know, is it looking good? Not really, but, you know, there's time. Nate says it's definitely going to be a hard game when we have a chance. We just need to run the ball more and get Smith downfield for big yards. Hurts needs to complete his passes, and we need to score quick on the... Yeah, no, I agree. We need to be better in red zone because that's atrocious. And Devontae Smith, everybody, it's not just Devontae Smith. You can't even throw to your tight ends that are wide open. Okay, your tight ends aren't 50 yards down the field. You got to throw to them. Okay, you have to get these passes to them. Okay, that's important. That's very important as of right now. So, you know, they have to run the ball. And Hurts has to get these passes. He gets these passes off, it's a totally different game. It is. You know, and just seeing Devontae Smith open in that Cowboys game like over 8 times, I mean, that much. Like, and it's hard because you don't really see it that much because the way the camera angle is, you don't see a lot of the receivers are out of the play when the ball's not thrown that way, so you don't know where they're at, what's going on. If Jalen Hurts is extending the play, you just see him. You don't see any of the receivers, what they're doing out there. If they're trying to get open, whatever it is, you know, you don't see any of that. So it's going to be really interesting to see, like, you know, thank God it's only the fourth game. Because I'm excited to see what this team does the rest of the year. I want to see if they actually build on this, if they try to fix some things or try to look more normal and try to balance out your offense a little bit. Defense is a totally different story. Like, defensively, like, I can see Jonathan Gannon getting fired more than Nick Sirianni. I think Gannon would be fired before anybody because this defense is not good. I mean, they're not running this defense at all. You got good players on your defensive line. Is it Tracy Rocker? Is it your defensive line coach? Is he not putting these guys? I don't know what it is. But there's a lot going on right now. There's a lot going on right now. You know what I mean? So it's crazy. I lost my spot. I hate myself. Let's see. Plus, the Rager is a bust. He's another Aguilar who overthinks just play ball. He might be. I don't know. It's too early to tell. It's too early to tell. And it's not helping his case. It's not helping his case being on this team right now because they don't even know how to get their guys into the game right now. They can't get these receivers into the. I mean, it's just it's horrible. Sorry about that. I'm trying to open this quick. But there's 110 people in the chat. Much appreciated, everybody. If you guys haven't subscribe to the channel. Guys haven't. Like the stream. Please like the stream. It does help the channel a lot. We cover the Eagles every single day, so definitely check out some of the content. We're just fans. I'm just a fan that makes videos. That's all I am. That's it. At the end of the day. Love all you guys. You know what I mean? Easy Money says, guys, we're open nearly at play. Smith open all the time. Hurts can't read the field or pass lower than 50 yards. And it looks like that's almost becoming true as of right now. Carlos Arquez is our second best receiver. Analysts are comparing him to the next Deshaun Jackson. I wouldn't say that, but the guy is a good producing number two. If you give him the chance to put him in the right position, yes, I think he could do a lot. I think he could do a lot more. I think Quez could do a lot more than what's given. That's what I think. You know what I mean? I definitely think that. We got Charles Craig says, Joey, what's the coaching app? I forgot what it is, man. I'll put, if you follow me on Twitter, guys, it's in the description. Just go to Twitter at Joey Shakes. It's Joey Shakes 72. Follow me on Twitter. I do put up stuff like that all the time. I don't know what the coaching thing is. There are other guys that do it on YouTube. I just don't know what it is. I would have to ask one of them. I forgot what it's called. So you might see Jalen Hurts take sacks on fourth down. Yeah, I mean, there were times, it's just early. It's early in the season, man. Like, he's making mistakes. He's making mistakes like that. You know what I mean? Like, even the first game, he was protecting the ball. He was throwing it out of bounds. We didn't want to take the sack. You know what I mean? Not trying to make a big play. You know what I mean? Not trying to be a hero. Not trying to make a big play. I understand that 100%. So, Big D says, I was entertaining the idea of Gardner Minshew, but we have to give Jalen 2 years. Look, putting in Minshew is not going to be, it's just going to make it worse. It's not going to make it better. It's just going to make it worse. Would Minshew have like little success? Maybe Minshew will have a good game and everyone will get on the train. You know what I mean? That's what happens. Just like when Heineke for Washington got into his first game and finished the game, he won the game and played well. But then teams start to scheme that quarterback, and then your quarterback starts to struggle. Like, that success only lasts so long, especially in an offense like this that is predictable as it is. That is like, where are all these diverse plays that we've been promised? Where is this? What team am I watching? You know what I mean? Like, where are all these diverse plays? Where's all we're going to use plays? I mean, he was talking a good game, talking about watching the Colts video and talking about all these players and how to use them. I was like, wow, I can't wait till we see this year. And then we do this. This is what it looks like. No motion. Don't run the ball. It's like you run too much one game, barely run the next. Don't balance your offense. It's a total mess. It's a total disaster. So. Yo, Tom Bruce, what's going on, bro? Richie, what's up, man? Said Goddard got to not drop that pass on the side. Yeah, I understand it, but there's more problems than just him dropping the ball one time. That's the least of my worries. Him dropping one ball is least of my worries. Kenneth Gainwell had a late pass thrown to him, and he dropped it. The connection was bad. He turned around. The ball is coming way too early the time he turned around. Like, there's timing issues. There's so much more than Dallas Goedert just dropping one ball. I could care less if Dallas Goedert dropped one ball. It don't matter to me. I mean, it's one drop. Okay, whatever. Yeah, this whole team's got issues offensively. If it's one drop, yeah, it is what it is. Like, I'm not going to take that as like, oh my God, he's got to catch that. Like, well, you dropped that one catch. I can't flip out about it for what? You know what I mean? 3B Max says some of that Dallas game had a drive killing penalties, two dumb mistakes. Yeah, every time a good play happened, it was a penalty. Every time we can't even line up right. We have too many guys on the field. I mean, it's unnecessary. It's just unnecessary as of right now. Colin says, also on film, Smith and Watkins were both open. Yeah, I'm not just talking about Devontae Smith was open more than 8 times. Like, there was a lot of guys open. And Hurts just can't make the pass. Just can't do it. I mean, he struggled. But the head coach, like I said, this is why I don't put it 100% on Hurts. I blame 50% on Hurts because he's not doing it, because he's not executing the play. And he's not throwing the football the right way. And he's not getting his targets. The second half of that whole thing is Nick Sirianni not helping his quarterback. It's literally passing so much to the point where if you don't balance out your offense, you're doing play action when you don't even run the ball. And the Cowboys don't even respect it because they know you're not going to run. You know what I mean? Like, it makes no sense. Big D says Josh Allen was mediocre as hell too. Oh, yeah, no, Josh Allen, I mean, that's definite. When he came in, he looked horrible. But with a little bit of coaching and a little bit of time, yeah, it turned around for him. That's definite. Ella the Mer says, Rager doesn't fight for the ball. I mean, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I guess not. Or he steps out of bounds. He goes out of bounds and comes back in bounds. I mean, he's made a lot of mistakes. I mean, no. I mean, back when TCU he used to fight for the ball, like he was really good at jumping for those 50-50 balls. He was good at jumping for those. He hasn't really done it. You know what I mean? It's a timing issue. It's a connection issue. I mean, that pass to him, he was not getting that pass. There was no way he was getting that pass. He would have to stop himself from running his route to turn around and go catch and go break that up or catch that. There was no way that was going to happen. You know what I mean? Rami's family says, what do you think of Devontae Smith? I think he's a good player that's still just struggling. I think he's struggling because of this offense and this quarterback. I think put him on another roster, I think he'd be a fantastic player, but we're wasting him right now. I mean, it's not a good year. He's just getting wasted. You know what I mean? Like, this is the worst team in the NFL, and I can't believe I'm saying that, and it is. You know, the Browns took years to get better, and they're great. They look a lot better now. I'm a big fan of Baker Mayfield, not really, but other than that, they know how to, they know how to do their cap space. They're good with their cap space. They're good with their draft picks. They've gotten better with draft picks. They've made some good trades. You know, they've done some good things. They know how to build. You know, they're trying to build a playoff contender. You know what I mean? I mean, they're trying to be a playoff contender, a Super Bowl contender. I mean, they're getting there. You know what I mean? But it takes time. I mean, teams don't turn around 1 to 2 years. Now, if you have like a lot of good picks and you start making good decisions like Howie Roseman, like I'm hoping he's gone after this year. But I have a feeling he's not going to be. It's just me. The past 2 drafts look like a success right now. They look good. And I don't know how long it's going to take for Howie to say, you know, Howie can't get away with, you know, well, the head coach, you know, they're not producing the players. I don't know how many years you're going to get away with that. I just don't think you're going to get away with it that much. That's just me, though. You know what I mean? I think Smitty has shown more, but if he's not getting the football, how is he going to show? He can show that he can run routes and get open, but because he doesn't have the ball in his hands, it makes him a trash player? No, I don't agree with that. I think that's, like, not fair. That's so not fair. I mean, it's not. Like, your quarterback is struggling right now, and your head coach isn't helping the struggle of Jalen Hurts, and your guy's getting open, and that's not just Devontae Smith. It's a lot of players. They're getting open. Your quarterback can't throw, and now Devontae Smith's going to get blamed. You know what I mean? It's frustration. And then when they start, and then there'll be guys dropping balls out of frustration. They're just like, I'm tired of this. Like, this offense looks like total crap. And that's how it's been. You know, that's what it's been like. You know what I mean? Com said Rager on film is having trouble, though. Watkins should be starting more in Rager because literally Smith and Watkins were open. You know what? I would love to, if there was a point where they should take, like, Rager out for a little bit, put Greg Ward in there. Put Watkins and Ward in there. I have no problem with it. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, like, I don't know what they're doing, why they're using him. This is really I'm starting to question now. I'm really starting to question if Nick is, like, either being controlled or is Nick really thinking that this is going to work? Because you have a receiver out there that doesn't catch a pass every single game so far. He had one good preseason game against nobodies in that Jets preseason game, and JJ made this roster. And I think that's a bunch of BS because I think on top of everything else that's happened, I think Howie Roseman pretty much wants to justify the second-round pick in J.J. Arcega-Whiteside because it made it look bad. It makes him look bad because you have guys like McLaurin and A.J. Brown and DK Metcalf and Tom, all these guys, you just pretty much got embarrassed by drafting him. And now you want to kind of justify that pick was justified. That he made the team because he wants to justify that pick. He didn't make the team because he's good. Is he a good blocker? Sure. Is he good? Does he do good on special teams? Is he active on special teams? Definitely. But it's not enough. It's a whole waste of a player. And then Nick talks about getting him receptions, and he hasn't done that yet because the guy can't get separation. So how is he even supposed to get a pass thrown at him? And on top of everything else, your quarterback, if he can even get the pass to him, is a whole different story. It's a whole different situation. So it's a disaster. It's a mess. This is gonna be a hard team to cover all year because I feel like I'm gonna say the same every single week. Pretty much. I feel I'm going to say the same thing every single week. And that's probably what's going to happen. So it is what it is. Like, I'm wrong about things. I'm not right all the time. Is my football IQ, am I like the football expert of the NFL? No, I'm not at all. I'm just a fan giving my opinion. I'm an opinionist. That's all I am. I'm not trying to be the best at what I do. I'm not trying to take the crown on anything. I'm not trying to do anything like that. All I'm saying is this, like, I read with my own two eyes of what I see in games, and that's it, period. Like, that's what you get out of me. That's what you get out of me every single week at this point. And yeah, it stinks to go through this every single week. You think I want to watch this team? The one thing I'm not going to blame is receivers for this. Receivers, not saying they're all doing the right thing, but most part they are getting open. I think we can all agree on that at some thing, okay? At something we could learn here. So it's crazy. Haas says, but we just need to get Devontae time. I think we need to get the play calling right, and things just have to get better through the coaching aspect. The coaching aspect needs to be better. The players definitely have to get better. This is a young squad, guys. This is a young team, guys. Like, you don't understand. Like, it's young. It's very young. Next year, it's going to be even younger, depending on what the Eagles want to bring in next year, okay? If they say, oh, Jalen Reagor, you know what? I'm done. We're not doing this. This is Greg Ward's last year of his contract. Reagor's still going to be here. So there's going to be more competition next year, depending if Hurts is our quarterback, depending if Sirianni's our head coach, depending if they make more changes to this coaching staff, depending if Jonathan Gannon's still here, and obviously the most important one of all is the first one that needs to go before anybody needs to go is Howie Roseman. That's where I am. If you're going to make a move on the coaches or anything else, you got to get rid of Howie Roseman before anything. The first move is that. What you make right there is your first move. That's your first move. Okay, that's what I want to get clear. That's your first move, getting rid of Howie Roseman. Because honestly, guys, do I trust him with 2 firsts and 2 seconds next year? Not really. Did he have a good draft? Sure. Did he have a good draft last year? Not bad. Has it looking okay? Sure. But is it enough to say, hey, he should keep his job? Definitely not. Because at the same time, you know what I mean? You got to see, the problem is, when you get a new head coach, you usually have the past two, obviously, Howie Roseman's been here since 2000, whatever it was. Joe Banner was the best GM for the Eagles. You know why? Because you go to all these NFC championship games. You've done so much over the years. Joe Banner drafted, 14 Pro Bowlers out of 18 guys? I mean, it's crazy. He's drafted 14 Pro Bowlers in 18 years. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, just think about that. That's crazy. He's never kept a player over 30 years old. He's wanted to keep this team young. This guy here, it's just, I don't know what I'm getting from him every single year. I think he manages the cap really well. I think his trades are very good. He doesn't get fleeced. But this is it just gets to the point where you don't even know what to say, what to do. I don't even know. You know what I mean? So, it was a man that says Shane Steichen equals Dana Bible. Big D says the QB has to improve first. Rich says that pass with Goddard's 2 hands. Travis Kelce makes one hand cuts. Cowder came to make a catch with his 2 hands. I understand. Like it's because what happens, and if you guys don't notice with this team, what starts to happen is this. Okay, The Eagles start playing bad in a game, and then it gets worse during the game. And then players that normally catch passes or normally do good things start playing bad. The frustration starts to move around the team during the game as it gets worse, and that's what happens. This team just looks atrocious. It looks atrocious in time throughout the game, and it did. It looked horrible. If you told me the Cowboys were going to score over 40 points, I was going to laugh because that's a joke, and they deserve to win. Good for them. You know what I mean? How can you bash them? How can you bash those guys? I hate them with a passion, but how can you bash them? They played well. They played well against a good team. Okay, let them celebrate and think they won the Super Bowl. Let them celebrate. It's week 4. We're going. You know what I mean? Like. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what they do. They celebrate this early, and you have that many games left to go. Okay? Anything could happen. You know what I mean? Tanner the Great says Watson would feed these receivers. Now, the problem I have with the Deshaun Watson things is this, okay? Whatever happens this year with Jalen Hurts, they're either going to give him another year, or they're going to be in a QB competition, or they're going to trade for a quarterback. I don't think they're going in the draft for a quarterback, period. Because really, other than and I don't like any of these quarterbacks coming next year, but other than Spencer Rattler, other than that, that's pretty much it. I mean, that's pretty much it. You know what I mean? But I think Spencer Rattler has been playing horrible at Oklahoma. That's just me. That's how far I'm going with this. Even if you get Deshaun Watson here, he's been in bad situations with front offices like he's dealing with now. He's been through the same situation. You know what I mean? So Deshaun Watson needs a good coach and a one that knows how to use him. Because him and Jalen Hurts and Deshaun Watson, I'm not saying they're identical, but they have the same type. They do the read option. They do stuff like that, okay? We all know that. But I understand, though. You know what I mean? But it's not going to fix everything. Just getting a new quarterback is going to fix everything. Look at Sam Darnold. Look what he's doing with the Panthers. They coached horribly, put in a bad situation with the Jets. Look at him with Carolina now. Fantastic. Good for him. I'm happy for him. I love that underdog mentality. Like, okay, you want to trade me to a team? I'm going to show you what I can do. And that's what he did. You know what I mean? That's the respect I liked. That's the respect I can give. That's respect I can give as of right now. You know what I mean? We got Super Chat from Desert Eagle 90. What's going on, man? I said, much love, my brother. Yo, dude, have a beer on me. Dude, appreciate you coming in, man. Much love, dude. If you haven't subscribed to Desert Eagle 90, he is a Philadelphia Eagles fan. One of my good friends. If you guys saw my post from the game, going to the 49ers game, I was hanging out with Desert Eagle pretty much the whole morning with everybody. So, subscribe to his channel if you guys have it. Much love, man. Appreciate you coming in. Much love. Big D says that Cowboys team has fire. They act like they want something. Well, I mean, look, they played well. They played like dogs. They were all over us. I mean, we couldn't get off. They played well. I had to give it to them. I mean, how could you say they played bad? They played good. They played good against a bad team, sure, but they still beat us at the end of the day. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you got to kiss their feet, but you know they beat us. So. Thomas said, didn't Banner keep Brian Dawkins in his late 30s? Yeah, but that's Dawkins, though. That's a different story, though. I mean, that's just different. I mean, Dawkins was Dawkins was a different breed in players you just don't find. Like Kevon Wallace that thinks he's Brian Dawkins when he's really not. You know. Sorry, I had to laugh about that. You know, I laugh about stupid stuff like that. You know how it is. Scoop Doo says he's not coming here, Tanner. We got Lucio Anoja. What's going on, man? He says, no, I am not celebrating. Neither is our leader. Neither is our leader, Dak. No, I mean, it still have a long season, bro. It's a long season. You know, I think the Cowboys. I think Dak's been the best looking quarterback. I think the Cowboys have been the best looking team so far as of right now, and that's just right now. As of right now, I'm not saying for the rest of the year, but that's what I think as of right now. Drew Johnson said, I think we are in a tough position. We have a rookie coach who is playing a somewhat rookie QB that he didn't pick, so both are trying to figure these things out. Yeah, no, I think they are trying to figure. here's the thing. Like, if you don't hype up the fans and say you're doing this and doing that, getting us excited about we're going to be using players to their strengths, you're going to be seeing a very diverse offense. I'm not seeing it. So when you start promising stuff like that, I can't stand that. I don't like liars. You know what I mean? I don't like liars at all. I don't like when coaches lie about stuff. I think Sirianni's been humble about. I think Sirianni's been humble. I mean, it's crazy. We're not even talking about the Chiefs right now. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm like not even thinking about the Chiefs. I'm thinking about more of us than the Chiefs. Like, I don't even care about the Chiefs right now. I care about playing them Sunday, but I'm more worried about us screwing up the game than worried about the Chiefs. I mean, really, at the end of the day, that's what I'm really worried about. You know what I mean? Biggie said Dawkins was Banner's worst mistake. I agree with that. We got a super chat from Spunky1991. He says, have a good night, Joey. Have to get up in the morning to drive, heading to Portland, Maine. Well, have a good drive, bro. If you guys haven't subscribed to Spunky1991, he is a Philadelphia Eagles content creator. He drives trucks for a living, does a good job doing it. If you guys haven't, subscribed to his channel, check out some of his content, some of his videos. He does really, really cool videos, and one of my good friends as well. So, Spunky, love you, bro, and we'll see you another day. We'll see you another day. Much love, man, for coming in. Pause. We got comment says Wallace is no Dawkins, that's for sure. Laugh out loud. Wallace's trash talk is weak compared to Dawkins. I agree. It is. What do you call we say glitter to Cam Newton? He's glitter. He's full of glitter or something. I don't know what he said. He said something stupid. I don't know. Lucio says Hurts needs to be developed. Yeah, and he's got to be used the right way, and there's a lot more to it than that. And then he's got to fix his mechanic issues. It's just mechanic issues. You're with Brian Johnson as quarterback coach. I mean, you got to be learning some mechanical stuff here. I mean, it's not working out too much. Hamid said, what would you do if you were Nick Sirianni? If I was Nick Sirianni, I would stop wearing these T-shirts every week. I'm not kidding. He's got to stop wearing these T-shirts. Don't wear a T-shirt that says beat the Chiefs on Sunday. Okay, don't do that. Okay, nothing. I don't know. If I was Nick, I'd be up 24/7 trying to figure out what I need to do to make this team how to use this team the right way offensively. Get my coaches in a meeting room and lay it down on what we need to do. And Jonathan Gannon is on my hit list right now because I don't think he's doing a good job with this defense at all. The 1 year when we actually have two capable cornerbacks, okay, and now your pass rush has to suffer for it. We have no pass rush. It's crazy, man. It's nuts. It makes you want to cry. I mean, that's just the truth, though. You know what I mean? It's just the truth. We have been going for an hour and 7 minutes. There is 97 people in chat. Appreciate everybody being here. If you guys haven't subscribe to the channel. Much love to everybody that's in here. If you guys haven't liked the stream before you leave, we're probably going to end this stream because I was only going to do an hour today. The Philly Shakedown is tomorrow at 9 o'clock Eastern on my channel. So there's going to be a lot to talk about tomorrow. Okay, so definitely check all that out. Check out the content. Subscribe to the channel. Check out some of the content first before you subscribe. And just check out some of the stuff that I do on here. And we will hopefully get a win Sunday. But we'll definitely talk more tomorrow. That's definite. So love all you guys. I hope you guys had a good night. And thanks for keeping me company tonight because we had a lot to talk about. And Natalie, had to get off some stress a little bit. Had to kind of get ready. I want to get ready for Sunday. I want to be excited for football. I'm excited for Sunday. I don't care if we've been losing, whatever. I'm still excited, regardless of what's going on. So, other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. We'll see you tomorrow night at 9 o'clock Eastern on the Philly Shakedown. Stay tuned for that. We'll see you guys later. Much love to everybody. Don't forget, guys, Shakes Go Up, Files 5. Peace out, guys. Love you all. Peace.